Well, there were some questions about how to take off and land in IL2, so I thought I would make a quick video showing how I do it. This is by no means the ultimate correct way to do it, but it's the way I do it, and it works for me. So here we are on the old Stalingrad map, and we'll go ahead and take off in a, I'm going to do an F4. Usually put in about 30%, 20% fuel. You can put in more fuel, but that's going to impact your ability to fight. The lighter you are, the better. Get rid of the headrest. And I put the big engine in it. So on all our servers, you start either as an air start or on the airfield with your engine warmed up and ready to go. So you don't have to worry about starting the engine. I'll refocus my headset here. The big thing about taking off is that the engine torque will steer the plane one way or the other, depending on which way the propeller is rotating. And the BF-109s, if I remember correctly, it turns the plane to the right. So I'm going to demonstrate that. And I was wrong. It turns it to the left. I think the spits go to the right. And then you die. So we're going to start here again. So this time I'm going to apply rudder the opposite way to the torque of the engine. And I'll just start it off kind of slow. So I can see I'm turning the nose to the right to offset the torque. Okay. And now I've got everything set up. So you've got to have your rudder pedal set up. And there I'm up. That's it. So I do not use flaps when I take off. I'm sure many people do. I just never seem to need it. Don't forget to put your gear up. So here goes the gear. Alright. And we'll bring her around and land her now. So landing is much more difficult than taking off. And I'm going to kind of do a classic landing here. Typically, I'm going to put my gear down at about 250 kilometers an hour. If you're using miles per hour, sorry, just have to have it by 2.2 or divide it by 2.2. So I'm on approach here. I'm going to slow the engine down and turn the engine off, not off, but turn it all the way down. The best way to bleed energy is just to maneuver, but you know, if you want to do it the right way, you want to make it look nice and pretty. You're going to turn, you're going to look for your landing zone, and you're going to aim your nose at the beginning of the runway. So now I'm pretty slow here because the turn has bled off my energy, so I'm going to go back up. I'm going to try to keep it about 250. Now this I will use flaps for. I'm going to put it down to about 20. Okay, and now I'm going to turn the engine off, put the gear down, and I'm going to point my nose right at the beginning of the runway, which seems counterintuitive, but you'll see what I'll do is what's called the flare here. And then I flare up, put my nose down, and we'll see if I can do a decent landing here. Yeah, not the best landing. I'm not the best at landing. And there you go. Well, and once again, you got to have the rudder pedals and you got to have brakes on. You can see I had the brakes on there. All right. Now I'm going to turn the vehicle around here using my brakes. The rudder's not going to work because there's not enough speed off the propeller wash to help with the rudder. So you can see I'm feathering the brake here to turn. And I'm sort of on the runway here. Good enough. Good enough for a combat situation. Now I'm going up. I'm gunning it. Just kind of let the plane be flat. And then I'm airborne. I'll pull my flaps back up. Put my gear up. And now I'm ready to go. Now let's see if I can bring some misery to the AI. I'll probably get my ass shot off, but what the heck. My Hurricane's pretty wounded and pretty slow. I'm at a huge disadvantage. He's got the energy advantage over me because he's higher than I am. But luckily he is fixated on the F2, as the AI will always be. I'm still really slow here. But then again, so is he. And I'm going to do a lag pursuit to try to get some more speed here. So you can see I'm letting him pass me and then I'm coming in, as opposed to trying to go towards his nose. And now I pull up behind him and let's fire. All right, got a good hit there. Ah, and he's dead. All right. And we got a bunch of yaks coming in. This is going to be a disaster. A 4-on-1 against the AI is a challenge. We'll give it a shot. Luckily on the arcade server you have unlimited ammo. So they're going to come up. And I'm going to come around here. I can just get one of them out. Alright, managed to miss that one. He's turning. They're all slower. That one's pretty wounded that I just hit. I don't think he's going to hurt me much. The problem's going to be the two behind me. And the one that I shot, where'd the one in front of me go? Oh hell, I lost him. Oh, here he comes. Dodge that one. He's coming for a head-on. See if I can get rid of him with a head-on. I need some help from my AI minions. I'm going to slow the throttle down just a little bit, cool the engine. On the arcade server, the engine will throttle on its own. This guy's coming in for a pass. Really, when you're tackling this many AIs by yourself, you're just waiting for them to make a mistake. There goes the one that I hit. They can see you through the smoke, so that doesn't help. But I got the G2 in here helping me, as well as the anti-air. Now let's see if I can do anything here to this guy. See if I can get a deflection shot here. Let him fly through the stream of bullets. Not really even aiming there. I'm just trying to put up a wall of lead for him to fly through. There's one down. I don't know where the other two are. I can't see them. It looks like they're busy up there, so I think it's just me and this guy now. So now I'm in a lead pursuit. I'm going to pull back, get into a lag pursuit. We are in a 2 circle, I believe. Somebody can correct me if we're wrong. 2 circle is a chase, so 1 circle is you're doing counter circling, will meet head on. And see how my gunnery is today. Oh, got a hit. Okay. Now you can see the engine's throttling back automatically for me. And now I'm going to straighten my nose out as I fire in this deflection shot. It'll make the shots go straight. Maybe not. There we go, got some hits. Kill shot now. He's trying to get me to overshoot. I'm going to do a high barrel roll. That'll put me back on his tail. There we go. All right, 2 down. All right, well, let's jump out. And let me show you the Focke-Wulf. All right, the mighty Focke-Wulf. Let's see, here we go, 30%. I don't want any of that stuff. Don't add this extra stuff unless you're going after bombers or something. Just makes your flight, makes you slow and slows you down. You can't turn as well. Focke-Wulf is a boom and zoom. It is not like the BF-109. I am now going to show you what happens if you don't pull back on the stick with the Focke-Wulf and you try to take it off. So you can see it's torquing, As you can see, the tail is very loose. Well, for some reason the tail wheel is locked. It shouldn't lock unless you pull all the way back, but it locked for me for some reason. So let's do that again. Let's see here. So I'm getting ready to start here. So if my stick, you can see it here, is neutral, the tail wheel is released. So that means the whole back wheel is going to wobble. If I pull back any, the tail wheel locks. If I push forward, the tail wheel is released. Now let's see what happens when I try to take off this way. Now it's locking for some reason. It shouldn't. And this may be something to do with the arcade server. I don't know. Because it shouldn't lock like that. But there we go. We're up with the Focke-Wulf. But the key thing is if you're flying the Focke-Wulf, you've got to pull back on that stick to lock the tail wheel. And I think we may have an IL2 over here, and let me see if I can use the Butcher Bird to get the IL2. The Focke-Wulfs overheat. You got to be very careful about that, particularly if you're not on the arcade server and you got to do your own engine management. They will overheat and you'll burn up the engine. Very common problem. That's why they call it the butcher bird. And we got a Yak 9 coming in for a head-on. The Focke-Wulf rolls incredibly well. That's its real strength, is the aileron response. See, I can whip it like that. You use your rudder pedals to aim. So point the general direction of the plane you want to shoot, and then you use your rudder pedal to line things up. You can see I'm lining up with the rudder pedal here. And then get out of the way. Yak 7. He's not paying me any attention. He's just going straight up. We'll see. Ah, poor shooting. But luckily I have unlimited ammo. Oh, well, look at this. Once again, I'm just anticipating where he's going to be and trying to let him fly through the stream of bullets. I'm not doing a very good job, but there, I got some hits. There we go. There we go. He's dead. I'm gonna move out of the way of his debris. Well, he got my ally, but he's dead. And how about this guy? No. All right, I think that does it. I hope this was helpful. Little short video. Over and out.